Okay everyone, Season 8 continues on and so must we. We had a pretty good opening season with the nice new kids being brought in. So, are we gonna spend more time with them?
You got me! Come on, let's celebrate sister style!
Oh sweet Faust, it's a Pinkie and Maud episode, kill me now.
I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. By mere visitation, please let me explain. By mere visitation means you're right.
Hasbro, you gotta give me something. You can't just give me this trend of these two being the focus in the third episode. Please, no. Look, I'm sorry if anyone's a Pinkie and Maud fan, but I'm not. I really don't like Pinkie, and I kind of don't like Maud. Ironically, for the same reasons. As some of you have seen in my Rock Solid Friendship review, you know why I don't like them, but to sum it up, I just find Pinkie annoying. I know she's caring, I know she's nice, I know she's supposed to be friendly. I just find her really goddamn annoying. And Maud? Oh, Maud! Again, nice girl, really don't want to spend a lot of time with her. Happy she has a friend though. And turns out she's possibly getting something more with the hints that have been given for this new episode. So, let's dive right into this probably garble of a mess episode, The Maud Couple. We start off with a comedy club, which honestly shows why Maud really shouldn't go there, and probably why Maud is just doing this to make Pinkie happy. I'm guessing this is more Maud trying to make Pinkie happy because this isn't her kind of event. A big, loud socialization event is not really what she likes. She likes quiet time, solitude, and with a select set of people. Or at least, I'm guessing this because of how she acts in every single episode. Something I'm surprised Pinkie still hasn't picked up. But as they leave the comedy club, we learn something very interesting. Turns out, Maud has been ditching Pinkie Pie for a lot of things. But why would she be doing that? Again, I know I'm jumping the gun a bit, but why does having a significant other dictate the amount of time you spend with family? It just doesn't make sense. Especially with how close Maud and Pinkie live, not only with each other, but are with each other. I'm happy to see that Maud is actually spending time with Pinkie now, but what exactly was happening before? Anyway, back to the episode. Maud is definitely annoyed with Pinkie and her whole best sister friends thing, and does agree to meet up with her in the morning, and then ditches her. I'm sorry, Hasbro, I'm not a big person in the TV or writing business, but what are you doing with Maud's character? You have clearly shown in the past that Maud will do anything for Pinkie. She loves Pinkie. So why is she just ditching her now? Are you trying to say she is a flake when it comes to romance? Because again, from the title of the episode, and from what I've seen, it's obvious she's gonna get a goddamn boyfriend, and we're gonna talk about that very, very soon, but what are you doing? I get it, characters act different when they're in love, but even Big Mac didn't get this out of character when he fell in love with Sugar Belle, so why is it happening to Maud? I'm gonna stop because it's just nitpicking, but holy Faust, Hasbro! Anyway, Starlight tries to convince Pinkie to calm down and she'll go look for Maud, and tells Pinkie to just go get the cake ingredients for the surprise party. Pinkie excitedly goes, and we meet the... well, I'm pretty sure you can guess who this is. Interestingly enough, while I can understand why Pinkie gets annoyed with him, I actually kind of like him. Yeah, he is uptight, and yes, he is very, well, needs to be correct about a lot of things. That what appears to be his character, but what I like about him is just the amount of contrast he has to Maud. Maud is monotoned and doesn't seem to open up as much for emotions or expressions. Briar is not monotoned. All he is he just likes to be straightforward. Why beat around the bush with emotions and other things when you can get straight to the point? I'm not going to lie, it's goddamn annoying in some parts, but I also like it. And even his color combination, while bland as bland can be, still is an interesting design, and I kinda want to take a look at him later in the series. But back on track, Briar, with his wanting to be correct about everything, decides to take all the time the shop owner has before they close up for lunch and says goodbye. Pinkie leaves, getting all excited that she finally finds Maud and learns that Maud has a boyfriend. Honestly, what I would be more surprised with is that she has a boyfriend. I kind of always pictured Maud as ace, so hearing that she has a boyfriend is a little bit jarring, but oh well, I guess it can work. And to Pinkie's horror, we learn that that boyfriend is Mud Briar. Again, I know I'm not as surprised because it said the Maud couple and everything else, and well, it's kind of clear to guess that Maud would fall in love with someone like this, but it still is a shock even for me to see that she's, well, dating anybody. But hey, I'm willing to give the guy a chance. Something Pinkie is not. Holy shoot, girl, calm your little jealous streak. Yeah, the funny thing is that all the complaints Pinkie has about Mud Briar are the same complaints that the girls had about Maud. The character being weird and uptight? Check. The character having an inanimate pet? Check. The character literally being boring as a sack of potatoes? Check. It's kind of funny to see Pinkie go about this just as the girls did, but it also kind of seems weird. If it's this clear that Maud and Briar are very similar, why is Pinkie freaking out this much? You could say she's freaking out because it's her sister and, well, you want the best for family and everything else. You could also say that it's because she sees Maud in such a high light and doesn't see Briar as that, and it's the first time she has to deal with this, but why exactly can she not put two and two together and see that they're very similar? Like, I'll admit, if I was in Pinkie's shoes, I'd want Maud to have the best boyfriend possible. And if I found out that a person who I really didn't get along with was that person, while I would ask Maud what she likes about the person and why she likes them so much, I would still give them a chance. Something Pinkie doesn't seem willing to do, or at least not in the way she should. Back to discussing them, however, Briar and Maud seems to have met at a petrified wood show that mixed with a rock show, which honestly, this scene alone actually makes me really happy they're together. They really do seem to bounce off of each other. And Briar does indeed seem to want to learn about Maud and learn about what she likes. This is a sign of a healthy relationship and something I'm very happy the show did put into effect. We also learn that Briar really doesn't like piñatas because of stick abuse. We'll agree to disagree, but you do know, Briar, you could then just buck with your back legs. Why are you so scared? I mean, I could get it's because of a stick, but they could get an aluminum bat. They could buck with their legs. They could, I don't know, throw a stone at it. Why exactly are you scared of piñatas when there are thousands of other things you can use besides sticks? But I'm nitpicking this guy too much. Moving on, Starlight suggests that Pinkie should try and bond with Maud's new boyfriend and see if they have anything in common. They do bond, and again, we see the intelligence Briar has, the mind palace and everything else. He's honestly a really intelligent guy, has good deduction skills and investigation. I'm not surprised if he would be a good, well, Sherlock Holmes, which again is a lot like Maud. They do obviously have a lot in common, and it is clear, as I said, that Maud and Briar are starting to learn from each other. In this scene alone, Briar learns what the difference between a cavern and a cave is and uses the knowledge to express it to Pinkie. He's trying to put an effort forward to show Pinkie that he cares about her sister enough that he'll try and learn something he doesn't like. He is very clear at the beginning he hates rocks, but he loves Maud. Again, we're gonna see a mirror of this later on. But Pinkie doesn't seem to catch up on these hints and gets mad when Briar suggests they shouldn't throw a surprise party because Maud doesn't like it. She claims it's because she knows Maud long enough that she knows what Maud does and doesn't like. But Briar stands true to his notion, saying that Maud doesn't like surprise parties and just does it to make Pinkie happy. Pinkie gets so upset with this that she challenges Briar to see who's right and brings Briar all the way over to Starlight and Maud to determine who is right. And while we would think that Maud was going to try and make Pinkie happy and lie, she's honestly straight to the point. She says she just does it to make her happy, and Briar is in the right. Maud and her have a talk, and we even see that Maud is starting to pick up some actual notions that Briar does. Again, learning and bonding. That's actually a really good sign for a great relationship. Again, though, Pinkie doesn't see this, overreacts, and thinks that because Maud has a quote-unquote new best friend, it seems like, she doesn't need Pinkie. This bugs the daylights out of me, because again, Pinkie never heard Maud say that. The words out of Maud's lips never said that, nor was she trying to indicate that. But Pinkie took it to the very extreme and said, no, you obviously don't want me around. Okay, I will admit that when I get frustrated, I get like that. You don't want to listen to me, fine, I don't want to spend time with you. You don't want to do this, well, okay, then that's fine. I have those moments of extremes, but even I try and talk it out. Pinkie, you need to calm down. She's literally acting like a 5-year-old who can't get a cookie from the cookie jar and running away complaining that she's gonna run away from home forever because it's unfair. Which she does in the next scene. She runs all the way back to the rock farm in the middle of the goddamn night. Okay, I'm gonna pause reviewing the episodes and just say this is why I don't like Maud and Pinkie in the same episode. Pinkie has been shown to have extremes, yes, but these absurd extremes only come out when Maud is around. It can only be one or the other, or just annoying ways come out when Maud is involved. It can also include her whole family, yes, I'm not gonna lie, but seriously, do you not get that you can have boyfriends and girlfriends or whoever and still have time for family? Granted, Shining Armor and Twilight kind of don't get a lot of time, but that's because they're far apart. Maud and Pinkie are literally in the same town. They can visit whenever they want. Pinkie, you're literally crying over spilled milk, and it just annoys me that this is okay, and people like when she has these whole moments. Again, I'm not saying she's a bad character. I'm not saying Briar's a bad character. I'm not saying Maud's a bad character. I just really don't like when Maud and Pinkie are in the same episode and are the focus. I can't even really talk about the whole opposite day thing because primarily it doesn't really add up. Instead of for the remainder of the episode, she's acting the opposite, which would throw her family off. She's just acting whiny. So the whole mention of the psyches, and honestly I kind of want to look into her mental state if this is what she thinks about when someone says opposite day or anything else, is just null and void. It doesn't make sense, and it really doesn't do anything, if we will. Limestone and Marble though seem to pick up what's wrong with all of Pinkie's complaining about Maud having a new boyfriend, which Limestone, I can help you find a pony if you really need to find someone and you really are that upset of not having someone. But they decide to take Pinkie over to a rock and explain how it is a glorious kind of rock that's blue and white. Pinkie can't see past the surface, but when it's broken open, it's revealed to be a geode. Wait, whoa. Is that what you guys do? Do you have the rock farm because you're looking for geodes? That's actually brilliant! Now that I think about it, this location does have a lot of rocks that could have geodes and gems. If we think of it that way, and how expensive gems are in Equestria, that actually could make sense why they live on that area of the rock farm. It could also be for decorative gravel, and I know I'm getting off topic, but if they're farming for geodes, that's brilliant! But going back to the geodes, Pinkie is told that to understand Briar, she has to look past his surface and look deep inside him to see the true Briar, which Pinkie takes that as ripping his skull open. Holy Faust! Can someone get Pinkie checked if she's gonna become a murderer? I kind of feel like Pinkie's gonna become a murderer. You know, like Cupcakes is not that far down the line. But possible murder aside, Pinkie does finally understand what's going on. She finally sees the error of her ways and goes back to Ponyville, where she does try and spend some time with Briar. Briar indeed does love Pinkie, or at least loves having her around. He's very literal and doesn't like to use any additional time for jokes and stuff, but you can see that he cares, and he honestly does want the best for Pinkie and Maud. He's a good guy, and one I'm actually happy that if Maud had to go with a stallion, she at least went with Briar. And together they form the best surprise party ever. A not so surprise cutout of Maud to surprise everyone and pretend it's the real Maud. I'm happy to see a compromise was made. Maud gets to have her nice quiet evening and Pinkie gets to have her party. And though it's clear that Briar's still probably gonna rub Pinkie the wrong way, she's at least willing to put up with that to make her sister happy. Something that Maud has done for years and years. And that was the Maud couple. What did I think of it? Actually okay. Again, it's not the best episode and I definitely am gonna put it under the season opener. But I definitely don't think it's the worst Maud or Pinkie episode I've ever seen. Rock Solid Friendship was okay and I did like it. Comparing them is kind of the same. I don't think it's horrible, I don't think it's bad, but it is something I will say I am happy I saw, especially when I got to see a very cute guy that is Briar. And heck, this actually does open up a few ideas. Maybe a closer reason as to why they're rock farmers, showing a little bit into Limestone's personality, showing that Maud is interested in guys, which god dang, I still am amazed she is interested in anybody and not Ace, but oh well. And overall, while Pinkie was annoying as heck in this episode, at the very least there was a reason she was annoying, so I'll give you that, Hasbro, that you didn't make me want to pull my eyeballs out because of this. Still, Pinkie and Maud episodes aren't my favorite, and I really am happy to be done with this episode. But what did you all think? Did you like it and think it was better than the season opener, or did you think it was pretty bad, or maybe middle of the ground? Please let me know. But until next time, this is Silver Starling, hoping your travels are light and your road is safe until we meet again.
Find me, Mr. Show. Again, I'll explain.